6,000 new items a day. I know fashion is fast, but Shein is faster. I haven't seen a single Fashion Nova influencer repeat an outfit ever. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and I created Dolled Up by Jay. So in today's video, set change. So I'm gonna style my hair and then also talk to you about like fast fashion and just what I think about it and all of that. So if you're here for it, give the video a thumbs up. I was honestly just gonna style my hair because I was sitting down to film a bunch of videos and I thought, why not just style my hair with you so you can like see how I do it if you're interested, and we can also have a little fashion discussion as well. So first, I'm gonna start by, I just like to kind of section my hair and like do these little buns and then like clip it up. I got a new hair curling iron, same brand though. My old one was by Babyliss. You might see some of my extensions, but such is life. It's like this rose gold one. It's quite nice. I think it's like 1¼ inch, the barrel size. I was finding that sometimes when I was doing my hair, like it was just too tight looking almost, and I really just liked the second day style the best. So like a lot of days I like to freshly curl my hair when I film videos, and sometimes I just find it's like looking too tight and I want more of like a loose vibe. So I tried this curling iron the other day, although I went to like a beach club for a friend's birthday and it like, I basically curled my hair to take photos and then it fell out right after because it's so humid. But I don't really have an accurate view of how this, oh my god, what is happening here? Yeah, so that's how it's done up. I'm really not aiming for perfection here, so you know. Also, hopefully the lighting is okay. I'm like a little bit further than normal, but I have this other wand from Babyliss. I think it's 1½ inch, so it's gonna give you more like beachy-ish waves. And then I should have sprayed the top as well. I'll just kind of like go like this. I have this Ballman thermal protection spray. It protects up to 220 degrees Celsius, 428 Fahrenheit. But you're not really supposed to go, I think, past 170 Celsius or something on your hair because it's too hot. It causes damage. So I've set this goes up to 25. I don't know what that means. It's like a heat setting. I put it to 23. So probably figure that out. But yeah, fast fashion, guys. I saw this interesting video the other day and it was talking about like all these crazy Shein hauls and the happy smiling faces of dumping out their 60 item bags all over the floor and oh my god, I got all these must-haves. And then it also showcased like child labor and like children in factories, and I was like, this is just so wrong. And listen, I'm not saying that you're a bad person if you buy fast fashion. Absolutely not. I bought it for years. And I still shop online occasionally, like I bought from the brand Urban Revivo. I'm not sure if you could consider that fast fashion, but it's a more affordable like online brand. I had some great items. So I'm not saying I'm like above fast fashion, but there are definitely like some dark truths of it. So this dries pretty quick, by the way. There are definitely some dark truths of fast fashion. Also, this is from below, so I'm probably gonna have like a double chin. Ugh. There are some dark truths with fast fashion, you know, the whole ethics aspect. I saw in a tutorial recently, you should start curling your hair from the middle and then twist it so that heat evenly distributes, so you're not just damaging the ends so much, and then kind of like slide it through and then like twirl it up. That way the heat is more evenly distributed. I was like, oh my god, that's genius, because I used to start curling my ends from the bottom and then go up, and the bottom of your ends are like much more fine usually, and then I just kind of like wrap them around for a few seconds. The bottom of your hair is much more fine and delicate, and I was like, oh my god, no wonder my ends got so fried with my last extensions, because I was doing this all the time. So now I'm trying not to, and like I just release it and then I just like wait until it's hot to the touch. Yeah, there's a lot of like ethical concerns with fast fashion, but also, I'm sorry, luxury fashion too. It's totally true. You know, there's workers from China that are in Italy assembling bags for brands like Prada, and they are not necessarily going to be paid the best, but they're still making more potentially than working in a factory in China, right? So they're still trying to elevate their own livelihoods. And I don't think there's anything wrong with someone trying to earn a living, you know, but some people are, you know, offended that the whole made in Italy thing now is a little bit questionable because, you know, it's not made by necessarily Italian artisans. So really interesting. But back to fast fashion. I think that the problem is with fast fashion nowadays is there's so many influencers. There's so many influencers that they really just never repeat an outfit. And it's creating this culture of people that are like, oh my God, I already posted in that outfit, I don't want to post again. And even I've been guilty of this. I've been like, oh, I've posted in that bikini a couple of times, even though I've had it for like 2 years and worn it a million times. I'm like self-conscious and I don't want to like post too much in that outfit or in that bikini, because I'm like, oh, I want to give you guys like something new, something different to look at, you know what I mean? Which is honestly like, I think that if you're thinking in terms of sustainability and fashion, the real sustainability in fashion is just buying less. It doesn't matter if you shop fast fashion or luxury designer. I mean, obviously certain designers will have better ethical practices and better, you know, sustainability in the commodity chain. But I think for fast fashion, there's definitely, you know, they use a lot of chemicals, there's environmental concerns, they're not following regulations, the dyes, the chemicals, pesticides to harvest the cotton and the textiles, and there's not enough safety for the workers. You know, we know all the issues in Bangladesh that happened with H&M, all of these things, Nike using child labor, you know, so it's really hard in fashion nowadays because not everyone as well is able to go out and be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a $600 dress. Like, that's not realistic for a lot of people. I know a lot of my viewers are kind of more like luxury oriented, even if it's not something that's on your radar financially. You just follow me because you enjoy fashion as an art form, and I love that, and I want my channel to be very approachable to people. I try as best I can to be very approachable, you know, because I think that in the world of luxury YouTube, there is just so much of like, look at what I got and look at what I got, and this is a shopping haul and this is a vlog, and like I do all those things as well, but I don't know, I don't want to be like too showy, you know? But also, I think that there's nothing wrong with someone who is buying fast fashion because they genuinely need clothes to wear. Like, we all need clothes to wear, you know what I mean? And I don't think there's anything wrong with buying something from Shein if that's what's within your budget. There's nothing wrong with that. That does not make you a bad person because you shopped at Shein, because that's what's within your budget. There's literally nothing wrong with that. I think, you know, it falls back on the companies. Shein is now the biggest fast fashion company on the planet. It is worth over $100 billion US, I think. It's insane. Shein is worth so much money, and it's literally e-commerce. Like, it's all online. And the disturbing thing I found about Shein is they put 6,000 new items a day. Per day. Like, this is too much. I know fashion is fast, but Shein is faster, literally. And like, I'm sorry, but why? Why does anyone need 6,000 new items to browse a day? It's frankly overwhelming. It is too much. I remember a few years ago, I wanted to do a Fashion Nova haul on this channel. I was starting my channel. I was trying to find my niche. I saw that Fashion Nova was quite trendy at the time. So honestly, I did the order from them for views. I did it 100% for views because I wanted to attract people to my channel and I wanted to get the views. But unfortunately, I kind of realized that the quality and the style of their items just don't really align with my personal style and my values as well for fashion. Half of the items were literally throwaway. The quality was quite bad. I know some people do love Fashion Nova and have good experiences with it, but personally, it just really wasn't for me. I honestly would have rather bought one good quality item than spend almost $200 on 10 trash throwaway items that none of them I wear to this day. You know what I mean? So I just don't really think it was worth it. But I did it for the views 100%, and it's common knowledge on YouTube. If you want to grow on YouTube or TikTok, the easiest, most affordable way to do it is to buy from Fashion Nova and Shein and companies like this, Zara, because it is very affordable and very approachable. You know what I mean? Unless you're a really big luxury YouTuber, you're not going to get a ton of views from doing, say, a Farfetch haul like I did. I honestly was a bit disappointed that video didn't get as many views as I thought, because honestly, that's just the general public aren't really doing Farfetch hauls. It's a luxury community that's going to appreciate this and want to see it, or my subscribers that want to see what items I have bought. So I know for a fact, if I come on here and do a Zara haul, a Shein haul, a Fashion Nova haul, I am going to get a lot of viewers. I'm going to get new subscribers. They're not sharing very timeless styles. The materials are cheap, the threads are mismatched, and it's all just trendy stuff. And once a trend is over, it's kind of silly to wear. Like, look at tie-dye. No one's really wearing tie-dye nowadays. Even look at square toe. Square toe is apparently on its way out for fall 2022. We're seeing on the runways a lot of almond toe, pointed toe. There's not a lot of square toe happening. You know what I mean? And all of the fast fashion retailers were very quick to jump on the square toe trend because of Bottega, honestly. And now you can still buy square toe, but it's not as popular, I notice. So, you know, it's one of those things where you're just kind of, if you're shopping fast fashion, you're literally going, I like to, by the way, put the curls just to the back, and then I spray them after. If you're shopping fast fashion, 100% you can find like some key pieces. Like for example, if you need workwear, H&M has like a whole section that's kind of like workwear oriented, usually on like, I don't know what it's like here, but in Vancouver it was like the ground floor had like the workwear kind of stuff, just for like basics for the office and whatever. And just stuff you'd only really wear to work and not really care about. But a lot of it just, yeah, wasn't that good quality. And I find that if you are someone that is shopping because you're on a budget and you want to find things that are a little timeless looking, I do like Zara for that, because I find that they have some pieces, even if the blouses are polyester and like really make you sweat and wrinkle horribly, you can find some things like dress pants, even jeans, although the jeans really stretch out after 6 months, FYI. Even just basics, tank tops, they have some nice blazers as well. I will say there are some nice blazers at Zara, and you are going to pay a bit more than H&M, but I find even the quality of Zara is much better than H&M. But here I'm talking about like fast fashion, even Primark. I remember when I was younger and I visited a friend in Madrid, and it was like, oh my God, let's go to Primark. I was like, what's that? We went to Primark. I have never seen a store in my life so large, and it was literally like a mall. The entire store was like a shopping mall. It was insane. Like, I couldn't even believe it. You're gonna see all my breakage here. I really couldn't believe how big this store was. It was honestly like 4 levels. Everything was dirt cheap. I could not believe it my eyes. Like, it was insane. And, you know, things were so cheap. Like, ow, ow, ow. I think I spent maybe 150 euros on crap, and I got like 10 items. It was crazy. And, you know, I don't own any of these things to this day. I had actually really cute like crocodile embossed purse that I literally just got for the trip, because I was on the trip, but I hadn't seen anything like it elsewhere. And it lasted me like a month. Like, it literally fell apart. The shoes lasted me 1 wear, and they were 6 euros. So it's like, I kind of dabbled in these fast fashion stores, and every single time I was disappointed. Like, it's literally just a buy it once and throw away type of thing. And now in the influencer space, this is very lucrative, because influencers and brands don't really care if they wear something again, in my opinion, because they're getting paid to post. They're hoping that as well, if you buy a lot of items from a cheap brand and you keep tagging them, they want to get recognized, they want to work on the sponsorships. You know what I mean? I haven't seen a single Fashion Nova influencer repeat an outfit ever. They're literally wearing that stuff in their house, and then they're throwing it away after or whatever. And, you know, if you are an influencer, this is perfect, because you can do this very cheaply. Even if you are a brand ambassador and you're given a discount code or a gift card or whatever, and then maybe like an affiliate link if people shop your code, you are getting cheap items, and it's approachable. You know what I mean? But all these items just end up in your closet. It's a total waste. They end up in a landfill. And it's just so wasteful, and it's not good. And I'm really like not here for it. And I'm really trying lately. Okay, so this is what it looks like, by the way, without being combed. And I'm just gonna use this Oribe super fine hairspray just now while they cool. By the way, I'm totally like freestyling this video, so I hope it makes sense. I'm just gonna spray this a little bit. That is one thing I really want to avoid, is more heat damage, since I have just gotten new extensions a month ago. TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, it really does reinforce this type of buying with fast fashion and not repeating outfits. And, you know, influencers are a huge part of the problem, but brands don't care, because brands want you to spend money. A brand does not care what they're doing to the environment unless people start calling them out. Do you really think that H&M would have come out and said, oh my God, a factory of ours collapsed and killed people in Bangladesh, if it hadn't been on the news? Like, do you think they would have issued any sort of apology or anything? No, they wouldn't have done anything. They would have kept it like totally under wraps, because why would they want you, the customer, to know this? and the influencers who are tagging them in their stories and in their feed posts and all of this. Why would they want you to know this? Because, you know, it's just going to tarnish them. I really like the Instagram account Diet Prada. I think it's got some really cool, like, it's like alternative fashion news. Like, it kind of like calls out people and like brands. I think it's really interesting, and I'm really loving this account. I highly recommend you guys go follow it. They've got like millions of followers now. Okay, this end I should have wrapped around more. On one hand, with fast fashion, you could say, you know, vote with your dollars and don't support these companies. But I'm sorry, to a lot of people that are making less than minimum wage, working minimum wage jobs, raising kids, having multiple jobs, and have a very limited budget for clothing, it's not always the case where you can say, I'm going to be righteous and vote with my dollars. No, because not everyone has the budget to do this. So it's really on these companies and, you know, government regulation and what these companies have to adhere to for like labor and ethics, environmental standards. And it's really not the consumer's fault, in my opinion. But I think that there is a slight fault to be said when it is the people that are doing these massive 20, 30, 40, 60 item hauls with Shein and even Zaful, these really cheap bikinis, and you know, they're gonna fall apart. They literally have no structure. All the sizes are different. I knew a girl that ordered a bunch of stuff from Zaful, and like half the sizes were like completely different sizes, even though she had all the same size. Some of them were paper thin, just horrible, like throwaway stuff, most of it. I think it's the people that are doing these mega hauls and then promoting it on Instagram, and all this creepy like joy of dumping out the bag, which every item is wrapped in plastic, by the way, which is non-biodegradable. Do you think Shein is spending money on biodegradable plastic packaging? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? They're barely spending money on their own fabrics. Come on. So yeah, I just think that it's a cultural thing that needs to change for fast fashion. And unfortunately, you know, a lot of people in the world who can only afford something like Shein, they are going to continue to buy it. But the problem is they're perpetuating this culture of hauls and excess because they have over 6,000 items per day, which is literally insane to me. There is no reason a store needs to be putting out 6,000 items a day. Like, that is honestly disgusting to me. I think it's just way too much. What happened with this piece? And they're literally just doing it to get you to buy more and buy more and buy more, and you want to keep up with the hype, and oh my god, you get the dopamine rush when you make the purchase, and you have add to cart, and you have the shipments on the way. I totally know when you online shop and the package arrives, it's like, ooh, Christmas time, birthday, you know what I mean? But it's really something where, like, if you are going to buy these brands, I'm not shading you, I'm not telling you you're a bad person and you're part of the problem, unless you are consuming, you know, 60 items of clothing every month or two. Like, that is way too much. No one needs to be buying that much clothing. There's 30 days in a month. You're not going to be wearing all of those items at all. The people that are hauling this are doing it because they just want the excess. Half of these items are just going to sit in the closet, or they're going to be used in an Instagram post. It's just ridiculous to me doing these pieces last. So put that in the bag. That's how we're coming so far. Oh my god, it's like 2005 prom. Okay, listen closely. If you are someone that shops Shein or Primark or H&M because that is what your budget allows, there is nothing wrong with you, okay? I am not making you feel guilty about this, because as well, it doesn't even matter if you're someone that can afford to shop at a higher end boutique. Some people genuinely choose to shop fast fashion because it is more affordable, and they like to allocate their funds to something else, like investing towards a house or a car, savings, stocks, all of these things. You know what I mean? Everyone has different priorities. I don't really think it's right to pigeonhole people when talking about fast fashion and making anyone feel guilty about their choices for what they're buying. I think that corporations need to be held way more accountable for their actions towards their ethics and their labor and all of this. But at the same time, I think, you know, I totally understand shopping every season, a couple of items. You know, winter, you might need a new jacket, some pants, shoes, sweaters. Summer, we need skirts, we need shorts, we need, you know, breezy tank tops, dresses, 100%. And as the style changes and as, you know, bodies change as well, people need to shop 100%. And so I think if you're someone that is shopping within your budget, whether you are going luxury, whether you are going fast fashion, I don't think there's anything wrong with shopping every season at all. I think the problem is these companies promoting so much per day, all of the items they have. And like, I quickly browsed, I don't know why, Fashion Nova Swim was like recommended to me the other day, and I was like, never in a million years will I buy this. But the shade. But I browsed their Instagram briefly. I hadn't seen it in a while, and they have literally so many posts per day and so many millions of followers. So if you are a follower of Fashion Nova's Instagram, every single day you're going to be exposed to like 6 to 12 posts. That is insane. So every single day you're like, oh my God, new, plus all the stories. So that is getting into your subconscious, like, oh, what about that dress I saw? What about this thing I saw? What about this thing I saw? You know what I mean? So the companies perpetuate this as well. And then all of the influencers as well that are working with these brands, Shein, Fashion Nova, Zaful, whatever, they are tagging them constantly. So in your subconscious as well, you're seeing it even more basing on the people you are following, which is why, I mean, I'm not going to say you should delete your Instagram. I think Instagram is fun sometimes, but it is getting a little bit intense with the ads. I will say it's getting very intense with the ads. It's like Google is always watching. Like anytime you Google something, you're going to see an ad about it for the next week, you know? So I think that the brands probably, unfortunately, unless there's some sort of government legislature saying you cannot be producing such an obscene amount of goods, I don't think anything will change anytime soon. But I do think that there is a good discourse in the fashion community lately about being more mindful consumers. You know what I mean? And 100% do not interpret this video as me making you feel bad if you are someone that buys fast fashion and that is within your budget. Absolutely not. If the problem is the rate at which they are producing is just insane. And I mean, like, I don't even know how many units Shein makes, but if they're releasing 6,000 items a day, are they really selling all of those items? You know what I mean? Like, what happens to the excess stock? What happens to it? Sometimes these pieces end up funny. What happens to the excess stock? That's what I like to know. But then on the other hand of it, to play devil's advocate, as some of you may comment, well, what about the luxury fashion houses that are slaughtering innocent animals and slaughtering, you know, for leather, for fur, for wool, and in their collections, they don't want them to be resold. They don't want them to go to outlets. They don't want them to go to sales like Louis Vuitton, Chanel. I don't know if Hermes does it. I wouldn't be surprised. Hermes does have yearly sales though for like invite only apparently. Same with Chanel, I think, for ready to wear and some accessories and shoes apparently. But you know, what's different from them burning those items? That is a common thing that is known in the fashion community, is that they will send the excess items to be burnt in France and then discarded, which is crazy. So I'm just gonna spray the rest. What's so good about, you know, premium fashion brands then, because they're doing this as well? I mean, I don't really know what the answer to the question is. I've got a weird ridge here. Obviously I have to brush these out, but I like to let them cool for a little bit. I don't know what the answer is. You know what I mean? If you're someone that supports Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, all of this, but the brands are actively producing these items with animal products and textiles and all of this. However, those products are sourced, you know, do other people paid fairly? We don't really know, hopefully. And then they're burning them after. Is that so much better than Shein just making tons and tons and tons and thousands and millions of goods that may not get sold and go to a landfill after? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's better to burn it maybe, but then it's creating more carbon into the atmosphere. But then the chemicals the fast fashion clothes are sprayed with are also going into the atmosphere. You know, they spray them with chemicals. That's why usually fast fashion, they smell so strongly, because in the transport, they're usually coming from Asian countries where they have been produced for very cheap, or like Bangladesh, even India sometimes. And they spray them because they are shipped in usually humid conditions, or they're shipped on containers. Even though they're sealed, they want to prevent mold, bacteria, any of the shipment getting destroyed, so they spray them with very intense chemicals. That's why you should wash your clothing when you get it from any store, especially fast fashion, because you don't want that on all of your skin. Just brush these out now. I usually will let them cool longer, but I'm just impatient today. It's nice because they are longer than what they used to be. Before, when I curled my hair, they'd be like up to here, and now they're like this. This is what I wanted, so I think it looks really nice. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? And then over the course of the day, they will loosen a bit, but this is kind of more what the look I wanted was just more kind of like voluminous, not so tight, just pretty, so I think it looks nice. But yeah, I hope this was like a fun discussion video for you guys. I hope it made sense. Hopefully I don't have a double chin throughout because I am filming from below. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad for buying fast fashion, whatever. I just thought it'd be a very interesting conversation. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're here till the end, thank you. I love you as well as if you are a returning subscriber. And if you are new here, I would definitely appreciate if you would subscribe so we could see each other again. Okay guys, have a great day. Bye.